YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Dez A1. Please say the A1 coming at you from the Big Dub Network. And today we have yet another dream scenario for the Washington Commanders in the 2024 NFL Draft. Follow along with me as we figure out how the Commanders could possibly work this number 2 overall pick to get a little bit more out of what we currently have at our disposal. Again, this is a dream scenario. Okay, everything is not going to align perfectly, so follow along with me. You will learn something. I will teach you something. Again, this is a dream scenario. The easy thing to do is for Washington to stay put, take the prospect they want, sit back and relax, clap it up, high five, and wait to day 2 to finish the NFL draft for us. But what I will provide to the people of the Big Dub Network is a dream scenario that, like I said, will get us a little bit more out of what we already have at our disposal. So follow along. It will be a very light 3-round draft. I do not know 7 rounds worth of prospects right now. I don't believe I will ever know 7 rounds worth of prospects, but I think at this point a light 3-round draft will suffice. Okay, we're gonna assume that Drake May is Caleb Williams. No, we're not. We're gonna draft Caleb Williams. And then we're going to start it all over just to see if we can get a better, projection on how this thing is actually going to go. And yes, they draft Caleb Williams. I'm starting to believe there's a little bit of opportunity for Drake May to go number 1, which would make something like this not even relevant. But anyway, Caleb Williams goes 1, and that triggers what? A dream scenario for the Washington Commanders. And a lot of times these dream scenarios are going to be a result of us getting more draft picks, more calf drapital, because we all want the calf drapital. Yes, the draft capital. So within this scenario, we are going to trade down. Of course, there's no way for us to trade up. The thought process behind us trading down is there is only one team that is considering a quarterback, and this scenario works if that one team is considering a quarterback, and it doesn't matter who they take, because the next 2 prospects that we really like at the quarterback position, the head coach pretty much considers them interchangeable, or the offensive coordinator pretty much considers them interchangeable, or the new GM considers them interchangeable, meaning what we can do with one, more than likely we can do with the other. So there's 2 quarterback prospects that are highly sought after at this point, and only one team that can get them. So of course that leaves 1 for us, and we will consider trading down with the Arizona Cardinals and the LA Chargers, neither of which would like to trade with us at this time. But using the PFF mock draft simulator, we can force trades however we want to. So let's say that the Chargers actually does want to trade with us. Okay, Chargers will get the 2nd. Now follow along, people. Please don't be in the comments saying you traded a 2nd overall pick for Justin. No, I didn't. Follow along. I traded that 2nd overall pick for the 1st overall pick. Or did I? Who knows? Just follow along, people. That way you'll know what I'm trading for what. So I'm giving the Chargers the second overall pick, and we would ultimately receive the fifth overall pick. We also want the 37th overall pick and the 142nd overall pick. Maybe that happens, maybe that doesn't. Matter of fact, we'll give you the 141st overall pick. That way we just do like a pick swap. You get the prospect before I get the prospect. And being that you traded up with us, we also want something for next year. And it seems as if in the NFL, if you trade up for a quarterback, you get a little bit more. You can ask for a little bit more. But if you don't trade up for a quarterback, you trade up for a different positional player, then you get a little bit less. So we'll just get a second rounder for next year. And that's for going back 3 spots. And we're also so I also explain what we get out of the deal, and it is a pick swap for 141 and 142, and Chargers move up to 2. We move down to 5, which would result in us getting a second for this year and also a second for next year. I think this is a pretty good haul. I don't know if it's realistic as far as what's happened in the past, what's happening in recent drafts, but I think it's a pretty good haul. We could do a lot with these extra picks, and also what's most important is being that nothing is in front of us that takes both of the quarterback prospects away from us. We still leave this first round with one of the quarterback prospects that we wanted. Okay, and we see here, as we thought would happen, Drake May is taken at the 3rd overall pick. That was the team that you felt like, okay, would want a quarterback. Drake May was taken at the 3rd overall pick by the Patriots. And then you get to us. We still have on the board Jaden Daniels. We take Jaden Daniels. That's the pick we wanted. Either him or Drake May. One of them were there. So that's why I say this is a dream scenario, because we aren't going back too far not to get it, ultimately what we want. And it only works if the front office, the new coaching staff, thinks that the 2 prospects are interchangeable. If they want more than the other, then just stay where you are, pick whichever one you want. But if they have any type of feeling, and I urge them, if you have any type of feeling that one can do what the other do, yes, you have one a little bit higher on the board, but is it meant enough to get a prospect, bring a prospect also in the building that could also help whatever quarterback you bring in the building as well? So that's just something to think about. That makes this a dream scenario. And what more of a dream would you like to have than back-to-back picks on day 2, early day 2? I see we are the 4th and the 5th pick of day 2. 2 of my favorite prospects are gone, but that's possible for them to be gone by the 2nd round anyway. But a couple prospects that I do still admire, particularly for us, is maybe a Jonah Ellis. He's an edge. We need edge players, talented edge players, and bringing a young dude in that can challenge and compete with some of the younger guys that we drafted last year is exactly what we need, because I still think we'll go out in free agency and maybe grab one of the sought after free agent edges, but we can bring this young guy in, and what's most important, we have another pick right behind it. And honestly, I sit in this spot a lot of times, and I think, what has Washington been lacking a few years at the wide receiver position is a big body. So seeing Keon Coleman here, it makes it, I want to reach out and get him. I want to reach out and touch him. I want to reach out and bring him to Washington. So we're just going to go snatch up the 6'4" receiver from Florida State in Keon Coleman. And at this point here, we have to address the front line. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out and get Tyler Gayton, who is an athletic right tackle that can be great if he learns a little bit more of the technique and puts that to play and takes it on the field. He'll be great because he has all the athleticism and the strength to be exactly that. And what I see us pulling off in this third round, and we'll see we're early in the third round here. Let's go get a linebacker. And I see a lot of talk about Jeremiah Trotter and this Cooper kid. According to PFF, Cooper has a little bit better grades. Let's consider if you consider the PFF grades, then great. If you don't, then take whoever you like. But what we are coming out of here with is a fucking linebacker, and one that plays the position like a true linebacker. We're gonna go to Cooper in this situation here, and then we're gonna pick down at 100. And for anybody that watched my previous dream scenario video, I had a true feeling that a prospect was here that maybe Washington would target, for a reason being that they're in a situation right now where they have two back situation where you have a bruiser and you have the shifty back as well. And we have here Bucky Irving being the shifty back for our new head coach, Ben Johnson, and it mirrors what he is currently doing in Detroit with Gibbs and Montgomery. So we're going to go get Bucky Irving, the little shifty running back, and PFF is going to grade us up. We're only going to come out of here with a B+. It's okay. But we came out of the first 3 rounds with 6 prospects that I feel like could immediately help this team. Other than Tyler Guyton, I think he has some growth to do at this time, but still something to build on. The important thing about this dream scenario is we traded down. We essentially still got what we wanted. Get what you want and get more out of what you want. I feel like a scenario like this can be realistically possible because we're going to have some new minds in the building. And we are currently interviewing some guys from franchises that are known to go get what they want. They're known to be aggressive in free agency and also in these drafts. So if they bring that attitude to Washington, we don't sit on our hands. We may like a prospect at 2, but we feel like we can get that same prospect at 5, and they make some moves in the meantime. That's what I want to see. Have some movement, swing for the fences, do the unthinkable. Because at the end of the day, it can work out. It will work out for us here in Washington. #bright future. Man, we're going to be great soon. We're going to be great, and we're going to be great soon. And doing things like this, I feel like can only speed up that process. And we are also taking a chance. We are also taking a chance. Moving down for a quarterback could possibly have us moving back up because somebody wants to steal him from us. So that's a possibility as well. But just having the mindset of not just staying put on what we have. Let's get a little bit more out of it. And this is dream scenario, with us getting Jaden Daniels, a Heisman Trophy winner, a guy's comp for Lamar Jackson. What more can you ask for? I am Dez A1. Please say the A1 coming at you from the Big Dub Network. Can you like, subscribe, and comment on the video, please? If you comment, I'll respond. respectfully, of course. Just casual conversation. I like to know why people agree or why people don't agree. So with that being said, like I said, I am DS A1. Please say that. And until next time.